What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Raiga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Scorpio sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of October 23rd and November 21st, then you are a Scorpio sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading, we're going to be doing a Halloween/Samhain spread. Now is the time of year when, you know, the veil is thinning, the harvest is approaching, or the end of the harvest, I should say, and you know, unless you're a farmer, that means that means nothing to you, I guess. But you know, for those who still practice Wicca, who are Wiccan, then you know, Samhain means a great deal. So it's a time when, you know, communication with the higher realms is a bit easier. And it's a great time to check in with our energy and see where we're at and see how we can use this thinning of the veil, this special time of year, to improve ourselves. And that's what this spread is designed to do. It's going to tell us what to embrace, what to let go of, what your courages are, what your fears are, what you should celebrate, and what to contemplate at this time of Halloween or Samhain. And we're going to be using the Druicraft Tarot deck. This is a perfect deck for what we're doing right now. It's a deck that's based in Druidry and Wicca. So, you know, I felt like it would be the perfect addition to this reading. And I've also got some crystals here. I've got my Sodalite Sphere, which I always have with me. I've got my Sunstone Sphere to inject some energy. But I also brought Indigo Gabbro, which is also called Mystic Merlinite. And this crystal is great for bridging the gap between the 3D realms and the fourth dimensional and higher realms. So I thought it would bring some of the higher realm energy with us into this reading today. So that's why I brought that. He'll be at the middle, front and center. So if you would, give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question: what are the energies of Scorpio sun signs at this time of Halloween or Samhain? That ought to do it. We will cut the deck and deal out 6 cards. Alright, looking good. And we're also going to bring in the Druid Animal Oracle. And we're going to ask this Oracle deck what message it has for Scorpio sun signs at the time of Halloween or Samhain. What message for Scorpio sun signs at the time of Halloween or Samhain? And we'll take a look at that card at the end. So let's get into it. We're going to look at these cards individually. One thing I'd like to say before we go is that this top half of the spread represents the light side, the positives, and this bottom half represents the dark side, or the kind of the negatives. So keep that in mind as we do this reading. The first card we're going to look at is life, and this card suggests what's to embrace at this time of Halloween or of Samhain. We've got the Hanged Man. Patience, dear ones, patience. This card is calling for a little bit of patience. The Hanged Man to me is about kind of, there's some negatives. I mean, there's positives and negatives to every card in the tarot deck, as there are positives and negatives to every situation in life. So I think what this card is saying is that what you need to embrace is that, you know, this might be a time for you to kind of sit back and reflect. Maybe, you know, I'm a Scorpio, and the tarot has been telling me right now that it's a very good time to stop and reflect. And I think that's you know, might be a kind of Scorpio-wide thing, right? Stop, reflect, and take it easy for a little bit, and just figure things out. You know, it's really hard to put in positive action towards your goals when you're not 100% sure what your goals are, or you're not really sure how you want to achieve your goals. And the best way to kind of counteract that, to to approach the situation is to take a time out and really observe things and let things play out a little bit so that you can spend some time to think about how you want to proceed. So at this time of Samhain or of Halloween, maybe take it a little bit easy. There's this mentality that a lot of us have that we always have to be doing something in order to be productive, and that's kind of a societal thing, and they've taught us that so that we would be good little worker bees and we'd always be doing something productive for the economy. But in reality, in order to be productive, there's a little bit of waiting involved. There's some patience involved. There's periods of doing nothing. And I don't mean to say that you should be doing nothing now. You should be using this time wisely to analyze and to plan and to kind of figure things out. But as far as putting in action, now doesn't seem like the time, because it seems like more of a waiting period now for Scorpios. Now's not necessarily the time to pounce. It's not the time to put in the actions, simply because maybe some of us don't know what they are. How can you put in positive action towards your goal if you don't know what they are? So definitely a period of rest, a period of waiting seems to surround us, Scorpio friends, at this time of Halloween or of Samhain. So we'll look now at the Death card, which represents what to let go of at this time of Halloween and Samhain. We've got the Six of Swords. I'm getting the feeling of basically the same as this Hangman. Let go of the need to have movement. Maybe perhaps the need to travel, the need to go somewhere, the need to be stimulated is sort of what this card is saying that you should kind of let go of at this time of Halloween. The need to, have a lot of progression, a lot of movement. I don't get the sense right now that it's the time for a lot of movement, that it's time for a lot of progression for Scorpios. I get the sense now that it's a time of analyzations. And so this card is saying let go of the need to just always have change going on, right? Sometimes change is what's needed, but other times things just need to stay the same for a little while you figure things out. So that's the kind of the general gist I'm getting from this reading so far is let go of the need for movement, the need for change, the need to be anxious because you always got to be doing something, right? That anxiety is not helping you, especially when the energies of the universe right now are telling you to kind of slow down and think about things. If you're going to still be pushing forward, you're just going to be fighting the universe, and I don't have to tell you who's going to win that battle. Okay, that should be pretty obvious. So definitely let go of that need this Halloween or Samhain. Okay, so let's move on over to the Courage card. This represents your courage at this time. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Give me a moment with this card. The feeling I'm getting is just be yourself. Just unquestioningly, just you are you, and that is your courage. You have the courage to be yourself. You have the courage to stand your ground. You have the courage to speak your truth, and that is invaluable. That's why Scorpios are often looked to as leaders, because they feel secure. And this is a general overall reading, and maybe not everything's going to apply to you, but the general energy I get from Scorpios, the feeling I'm getting from this card, is that you're very courageous in being yourself, and not worrying about what other people think, not worrying about the external things, just being so secure with you and yourself that maybe the outside world doesn't really affect you as much as it affects other people, because you are very secure. You know yourself, you know where you're at, and yes, there is a period of waiting and figuring things out occurring now, but that doesn't mean that's not a negative thing. That doesn't mean that you don't know where you're headed. It just means that there needs to be a time of planning and organization. So definitely I feel that the courage you have is to be expressive and just to stand your ground in the face of whatever adversity surrounds you. And that's why Scorpios are often considered leaders, I feel like, and that's something you should hold on to, you should be proud of, and you should just keep doing it. Maintain that courage to be who you are, no matter what society thinks about you. You're doing a great job. Alright, this card here represents your fears. It's not all fun and games, and now we've got a fears card. This is the Seven of Cups. The energy I'm getting from this card is the fear of not picking the right choice, not going down the right path. Traditionally the Seven of Cups is about having a lot of options and not really, knowing which one to pick. And I think a fear that many Scorpios may possess is that, they might choose the wrong path. They might go down the wrong path and it might cost them like 6 years of their life. You know what I mean? If you're talking like a career path and you choose the wrong career path, then you've wasted some time. And there's a fear there I get of not knowing which way to go. And this kind of goes along with the Hanged Man card. It's okay not to know. It's okay not to know which way to go sometimes. It's okay to take your time to pick things out. I think we're under a lot of stress and pressure from society again to make us choose something and go down that path, because again, if you're not doing something productive, you're not a good worker bee. So that's kind of the mentality that some of us have, is that we've got to make choices and we're not sure which one to make, and there's so many options and like we could choose the wrong one and then what's going to happen. So that is a fear, and I guess it's a valid one, but it's also, I don't really think any fears are valid when you really look at it in the context of the entire universe and what's going on here. So a way out of this fear, I guess, is just to follow your hearts, follow your emotions. Your emotions are going to guide you. When in doubt, follow your emotions or your higher guidance, follow your intuition. Just try not to follow the ego mind. Yes, the ego mind needs to have a say, and let the ego mind say what the logical choice is, and listen to the ego mind, but that shouldn't be the final say by any stretch of the imagination. That should just be one element of your decision-making process. So allow your emotions to guide you, and I think your fear of making the wrong choice will be alleviated, since there is no wrong choice if you're following your guidance. There really is no wrong choice, and your guidance is going to put you on the right path no matter what. So if you're following your guidance instead of your ego, I think you're going to be just fine. And by guidance, I do also mean emotions. Your emotions are guiding you towards what you truly want. So follow your emotions. If it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. If it feels so right, then you know what to do, okay? Alright, this card here represents what to celebrate at this time of Samhain or Halloween. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. And it looks like there's some new energy on the horizon. This Hanged Man period that I talked about is only temporary, and once you guys figure out what it is you want, it's time to embark on this new journey. This Ace of Pentacles is about a new project, a new career, a new job, a new diet, something new that is going to, really elevate your experience on this physical world. So I feel like that there's a new thing coming on, and maybe some of you don't know what it is, but that is fine. All you need to do is know that something new is coming, and to be very gratuitous. Do you say gracious or gratuitous? I don't think either of those is right. But be very grateful for what is coming in, and know that something new and positive is coming in. You don't have to know exactly what it is to get the benefit of that. Just feel that energy. Know that something new is on the horizon, guys. And Scorpio friends, I feel like, just based on past readings, I feel like we've been waiting for this new thing for quite some time, okay? But it seems like it's coming. It really does. So be grateful for that, and, maintain, just know the knowledge that something new is coming is all that you need to bring something new. And so if you want something new, just be thankful for it, and then it will come. Not the other way around. We're programmed to think the other way around. Be grateful for it, and then it will come. So that's what to celebrate. Something new on the horizon, Scorpio friends. Looking good. This card represents what to contemplate at this time. And I think that's going to help us get through this Hangman period. We've got a major arcana here, the Magician. And what we need to contemplate, friends, is creation. Contemplate your creativity. How has your creativity in the past been expressed? Has it been expressed in the best possible way? Is it your most authentic form of creativity that you've been expressing? Wow. Ask yourself these questions, my friends. How does creativity play a part in my life? Am I truly expressing myself in the way that I want to be? Are there ways that I can add more creative expression to my life, whether through art or music or through your work, your job, or any way you can think of? Creativity comes in all different forms, so many different forms of creativity. I always say this: there's 7 billion people on this planet, which means there's 7 billion different forms of creativity. creativity. Everyone's so unique in how they express themselves creatively and what kind of creative expression that they're adding to the world. So really think about it, and I think that's going to help you get past this hangman period. This hangman period is maybe, possibly for some of you, kind of a creative block, and you need to think about creativity and how you can bring it to this world, and I think that'll get you past that block a little bit. And I hate to use the word block because it kind of sounds negative, like, oh, it's an impediment. It's not an impediment. It's just it's basically spirit saying calm down, take a time out, figure things out, and then approach with it from the best possible direction. So creativity is definitely something to contemplate at this time, Scorpio friends. How are you creative? How can you be more creative? How can you tweak your creativity to be more expressive of your truer, higher self? That was a mouthful, but I said it. All right, so that is the Halloween Samhain spread. Before we go, we asked the Druid Animal Oracle deck what message it had for Scorpio sun signs at this time of Halloween or Samhain, and we've got the water dragon. Oh. Okay, so to me, the water dragon represents maybe past emotions or past, memories coming up to the surface and trying to integrate those into your life. This could mean shadow work for a lot of us, deep emotional scars that have, kind of been buried within us for so long because we didn't want to deal with it. And, then we have these physical problems and we're like, oh, I have diabetes because of too much soda. Yes, you have diabetes for too much soda, but you also have a lot of repressed emotions from your childhood that you didn't look at, and now they're manifesting in the form of physical maladies. So the water dragon is saying it's time to deal with some of those older things. And this goes along with the hangman too. Not knowing which way to go means maybe it's time for an introspective look. It's time to figure things out. Time to go into those depths and see what you've hidden down there, kind of airing out the closet, sort of, and getting everything out in the open so that you can work on it, so you can learn from it and you can transmute it and you can turn it back into positivity and get a lesson from it that's going to help you with your life and moving into the future. So the water dragon is a very positive card, though it may seem negative when you on the surface of it. This ugly creature coming from the depths of your consciousness to wreak havoc, but it's not here to wreak havoc. It's here to teach. And if you can allow it to be a teacher, then you will learn so much from it, and you'll integrate it into your life, and you'll learn all these new lessons that you never knew before, and you will be a better person because of it, okay? So keep that in mind this Halloween or Samhain if you're a Wiccan, and I think that'll help you tremendously get past this hangman period. So that is the reading. I hope you guys got something positive out of it. If you liked it, please give it a like. Hit that little like button down there, and it lets me know that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you want a reading from me where I tap into your personal energies and we give a personal reading that helps you get to the bottom of your issues, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below, and you can just click on that and head on over there, and it will show you all the various readings I offer. Okay, Scorpio friends, it's going to be an interesting time. Our birthdays are coming up, and the thinning of the veil is coming, and it's going to be a time for some introspection. It's going to be time for analyzations, figure out what is blocking your creativity, figure out what kind of repressed issues that you have to deal with, but maintain your desire just to be yourself, and I think everything's going to be fine. New things are on the horizon. So I wish you best of luck at this time, Scorpio friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.